What is up, guys? Welcome back to the video today. If you're new here, thanks for joining. My name is Noah. This channel is called Ludwig Official. On this channel I do a lot of mechanic stuff with my trucks, and I also do my college lifestyle vlogs, which I love doing those, and I love working on my truck. Today's gonna be a little different. It is in the mechanic category, but this is more of a, I wouldn't call it a how to get into, I guess it's how, you read the title, how to get into engine building or mechanics. But this is going to be how I started and then how you can start, and just to show you that it's really, really simple how you can do this. So let's get right into it. How I got my start. So when I was a freshman in high school, I decided that I was not going to college, and I decided that, college is not for me. I want to do trades. I'm going to go to a trade school, get my certificate in something, and we're going to go from there. So that started out as welding. I wanted to be a welder. Now, when I started doing research into welding, I had stumbled across blacksmithing, and then I was like, that's it, blacksmithing is the way to go. And then I realized that to do blacksmithing, I would have to go to college and get a business degree to be able to effectively market myself and sell my products, because not many people are looking for blacksmith goods anymore. Hammer forged, wrought iron, whatever, there's just not a big market. Unless you're making knives and swords, there's not a big market for blacksmithing. So you're gonna see me keep looking down because I have notes written right here in front of me, so I don't lose my place and so I don't ramble. So, and then, I did for a long time. I was like, I still want to do blacksmithing. I even built a tiny little forge at home and got a bench vise that had a hammer plate on it and just started hammering. And I think I only used it once. So yeah, so then I was like, I'll go back to welding. I stuck with welding, and I told a lot of people, I want to be a welder. And then as I started watching welding videos, I ended up on fabrication, metal fabrication. Now, a lot of metal fabrication goes into building race cars and drag cars and custom builds in the automotive and diesel world. Well, the more I watched these videos on the fabrication, the more I realized, hey, that is a big industry. So welding was there, and the automotive side or the diesel side was there, the mechanical stuff. So all of these videos, I was taking it in, and then I realized, I had strewn from just watching the fabrication videos to watching these people's full builds, where they're building the engines, putting high performance transmissions and axles, and building custom frames and seats, doing the whole interior, big turbo kits, big horsepower engines. And I was like, and it was like at that moment that I started watching all those videos on YouTube of these people building these crazy engines that make 1,000, 2,000, almost 3,000 horsepower, that I was like, I need to do that. And it just clicked, and I was hooked. So now, you may be wondering how I got to this point, how I'm in college for diesel technology and agricultural equipment technology. And the answer to that is, one, YouTube. The second one is, I watched, as those fabrication videos developed, I started watching a lot of diesel drag racing, like professional diesel drag racing. And I started watching YouTubers that build their own custom trucks that are still road legal trucks. And they race them. They just build them high horsepower, cage them, whatever, and they're still road legal trucks if you put the right tires on them. And that's kind of what did it. I said, I want to do that. I need to know how to do that. So how I really got started into the physical side of mechanics was I bought a 1988 Ford F-250 from a farmer. Now, for you youngins, this is going to be the ways to start part of this video. So how I decided was just YouTube, and I bought an old truck. Once I bought my truck, and I realized I had lots of I knew it had lots of problems before I bought it, but once I started daily driving it and things started breaking daily and I had to fix them, I really realized, I was like, this is where I belong. This is what I was meant to do. And some people will never find that. Some people find it like I did very quickly, early in life. And some people just kind of have a lot of things that they love to do. For me, my love is working on my trucks, working on engines, working on anybody's car, really. You know, it's something I love to do. It's something that makes sense to me. I can do it well. And that's, you know, when you find your category, your niche, your thing that you can do well, that you love and enjoy to do, that is what you need to chase. So how can you start in the automotive or engine building or mechanics world? So first, if you follow the same steps I did, it was just stumble upon it on YouTube and then realize you wanted to do it. But so if you think you want to get into it, start watching automotive YouTubers or diesel YouTubers. Some good examples of some guys that do a lot of custom stuff are Gingium and Greg Alvarella, and I will put a link to their channel pages in the description because I really love those guys. I watch every video they put out, and it just gives me more and more ideas of what I can do. And they're very informational videos because they actually show you the process. Even if it's in a time lapse, you can still see what they're doing. And I think that's really important. That's why I try to do that when I do my videos now, you know, not from 6 or 7 months ago in the summer when I was filming and editing on my phone like I'd never done it before. Now I'm getting into this thing and I understand how to do it. So yeah, so those two guys are really big. What other good YouTubers are there? I don't know. I'll put a whole list down in the description of YouTubers that I like to watch for that stuff. And if you actually want to start like on the engine, like after you've learned a little bit about them and you understand the basic mechanics and the basic science of how they work, what you can do is you can start small with a small engine. So like go to a junkyard or something and get a small lawnmower engine or a go-kart engine, and even if it doesn't run and it doesn't run after you're done with it, just tear it down, you know, completely disassemble it, and then try and put it back together. And if you can't, look up how to do it. Look up the basics of how to put an engine back together. That way you understand how it works. You know, start small. Go to a junkyard, buy a small engine, $5 or $10, whatever they charge. You know, it's not going to be like a $200 or $300 engine because you can probably carry it out with your pinky because they're so small. But yeah, just get a single piston small engine and try and rebuild it. Don't buy any new parts, just use the stuff that's there. Even if all the gaskets get destroyed, just put them back where they go and put it together, because that engine, chances are the engine probably didn't run in the first place. That's probably why it was at a junkyard. So now, once you get, now that's if you're just starting out, you know, and you've never done anything before. So after that point, what you can do is, depending on when you start, I guess if you're already old enough to have a car, then you can go ahead and just buy yourself a car that needs some minor repairs. Now, if you're like 14, get that small engine and rebuild it. And if you can put it back together the right way, then go to the store, the auto parts store, with the serial number and have them look up a rebuild kit for it and see if you can rebuild that engine and make it run. Now remember, those small engines have a fuel tank on them and they're usually pull starts, so you don't have to worry about any electronics, nothing like that, just fuel, okay? So it's very, very simple. So do that. Now, if you are 14 or 13 or 15 or whatever, when it comes time for you to buy a car or a truck, think about it. If you really enjoyed rebuilding that engine, buy a vehicle that's gonna need some minor repairs. Very small ones. Don't do like I did and buy a 32-year-old farm truck that needed everything. Because now that truck, I had it for 6 or 7 months, is blown up in my driveway at home. So, word of advice, don't buy farm trucks unless you're really willing to just completely rebuild them. Buy a car with minor repairs, that would be your next step. And then from there, you kind of just build your way up into it. That's kind of what I did. So, you know, I bought my truck, my blue truck, Old Blue, you guys know Old Blue. from a few videos in the past. I bought Old Blue when I was a junior in high school. So I believe I was 17, and I drove Old Blue for 6 or 7 months, and then it blew up, and it's been sitting ever since. But I mean, I'm talking the day after I bought Old Blue, I was working on stuff. You know, I was doing things to it, fixing things, cleaning it, getting it ready to drive, checking the oil. I think I actually changed the oil the first day. I did a lot to it. Put new tires on it, which are now on my black truck. But yeah, so I just kind of started small, and as I get more comfortable doing things, I am honestly now thinking about doing a full rebuild on it, so that might be coming in the future. But yeah, so then from there, you know, you just work your way into it. Recently, I went to change the thermostat on Black Beauty, my 1996. It's got a 351 Windsor V8 small block in it, and one of the thermostat bolts broke off, and that led to pulling off the entire top end of the engine and the right side, the passenger side engine head, to get bolts drilled out, because it just escalated and things kept breaking, and another bolt broke, and another bolt broke, and another bolt broke, and it just kept going like that. And now that I had to do that to make my truck run, because I can't afford another truck right now, because I had to do that and pull the head off, I'm totally comfortable now with pulling an engine head, you know. And sometimes you just have to do things to find out if you're able to, or if you like it, or if you're comfortable to. So if you're unsure of what you want to do with your life, go ahead and try out this whole mechanic thing, because really it's a lot of fun. It involves a lot of different categories of jobs. There's engineering involved, there's mechanics involved, there's what else is there? Welding, there's there's just all kinds of stuff involved in it. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead and follow these steps that I've just given you here. Watch YouTube to see if you want to. Start small, get your own vehicle that needs repairs, and then just build your way up from there. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and click the like button down below. Make sure you turn on the bell to get all those post notifications, and go check out my my merch. It is at teespring.com. I will leave a link down in the description below for that. Hope you enjoyed. Catch y'all on the next one.